Hello everyone and welcome to NEET Buddy. We are doing a 4th time revision of class 11th and class 12th NCERT biology, and this time we are doing it unit wise, and today we are going to discuss 15 MCQs from the unit that you're seeing on your screen. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Question number 1. Which one of following is not a vestigial organ? Wings of kiwi, coccyx of man, pelvic girdle of python, flippers of seal. Not a vestigial organ. Correct answer is option D, flippers of seal. What are vestigial organs? Vestigial organs are the organs that are still present in an organism but are not of any use now, though it might have been used sometime earlier. So flippers of seal is not a vestigial organ. Question 2. Hereditary information is indicated by option A, sequence of nucleic acids, option B, position of nucleic acid, option C, number of nucleic acids. Hereditary information is indicated by, or option D, all of these. The correct answer is option A, that is the sequence of the nucleic acids determine the hereditary information. Question 3. Theory of use and disuse was given by option A, Stebbin, option B, Lamarck, option C, Aristotle, or option D, Vavilox. Theory of use and disuse was given by. The correct answer is option B, Lamarck gave this theory. Question 4. Mendel's experimental material was Pisum sativum, Lathyrus odoratus, Oryza sativa, Mirabilis jalapa. Mendel's experimental material was. The correct answer is option A, Pisum sativum. And what's the common name of Pisum sativum? Right, garden peas. It was used by Mendel for his experiment. Question number 5. Which of the following amino acids is pioneer in the formation of polypeptide chain in protein synthesis? Methionine, leucine, lysine, or glycine? What does pioneer means? It means which is the first amino acid that goes and binds to the mRNA. Correct answer is option A, that is methionine. And what is the genetic code for methionine? Right, AUG. Question number 6. From a cross capital A, capital B with small a, capital B, following genotypic ratio will be obtained in F1 generation. The options are given. You have to tell what is the correct genotypic ratio in F1 generation. The correct answer is option A. Now I'll tell you the gametes that are possible. You can make the cross for yourself. The gametes that are possible are capital A, capital B, small a, capital B, small a, capital B. Question number 7. In eukaryotic cell transcription, RNA splicing and RNA capping takes place inside nucleus, dictyosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, or ribosomes. Correct answer is option A. They take place inside the nucleus. Question number 5. Australopithecus has a cranial capacity of 800 cc, 500 cc, 600 cc, 700 cc. Correct answer is option B, 500 cc. Question 9. First animal domesticated by man was. First animal domesticated by man was option A, dog, option B, cat, option C, cow, or option D, horse. The correct answer is option A. Dog was the first animal domesticated by man. Question 10. Southern blot technique is associated with option A, DNA, option B, RNA, option C, proteins, or option D, none of these. Southern blot technique is associated with which of the following? The correct answer is option A, DNA. Southern blot technique is associated with isolation of DNA. Northern blot technique is associated with isolation of RNA. and Western blot technique is associated with isolation of proteins. So remember these three blot techniques: Southern for DNA, Northern for RNA, and Western for proteins. Question number 11. The transformation experiment in Pneumococcus proves that DNA replicates itself, DNA is the genetic material, RNA is the genetic material, or DNA is the double-stranded molecule. Transformation experiment in Pneumococcus proves that. The correct answer is option B, that is, it proves DNA is the genetic material. Question number 12. Which of the following is not a component in Miller's experiment? Methane, ammonia, water vapors, oxygen. Which of the following was not a component in Miller's experiment? The correct answer is option D. Oxygen was not there. Question number 13. When a cross is made between F1 hybrid and recessive parent, it is said to be test cross, back cross, hybrid cross, or dihybrid cross. F1 hybrid with a recessive parent. Correct answer is option A. It is called as a test cross. Question number 14. In sea urchin DNA, which is a double-stranded DNA, 17% of bases showed to be cytosine. The percentage of other three bases expected to be present in this DNA are. The options are given. The correct answer is option B. G would be 17, adenosine would be 33, and thymine would be 33%. Question number 15. A colorblind man marries a daughter of a colorblind father. Then the offsprings. Option A. All the sons are colorblind. All the daughters are colorblind. Half sons are colorblind. No daughter is colorblind. The correct answer is option C. Half of the sons are colorblind. I'll tell you the gametes. You can make the cross for yourself. For the colorblind man, the gametes possible would be X, which is affected since the man is colorblind, because the colorblindness is a X-linked trait, and Y, which doesn't has anything to do with colorblindness. For the wife, which is a daughter of colorblind father, one of the X would be affected, other would be normal. So the daughter or the wife acts as the carrier. So the cross would be something like X, which is affected from father, crosses with X, which is unaffected, resulting in carrier daughter, and X, which is affected, resulting in diseased daughter. The Y would mate with X, which is unaffected, resulting in healthy son, or X, which is affected, resulting in the colorblind son. So in this four possibilities, two are of sons and two are of daughters, and of these two possibilities, one is colorblind, one is healthy. So half of the sons, that is of these two, one would be colorblind. So the correct answer is option C. Half sons are colorblind. So those are the 15 MCQs for today. We'll see you guys again tomorrow with another set of 15 MCQs, and the topic for tomorrow's MCQ session would be the next unit of NCERT biology. So read all the chapters of next unit and attempt the tomorrow's MCQ session. So that would be all for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, all the best and keep working hard. Do like and share this video if you find it helpful, and if you're new out there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.